Hi families, you welcome back to my beautiful channel. This is girl Doxis once again. It's been a while, yes. So today we are making an extra whitening soap with melt and pour, an already made soap with melt and pour soap base. This is goat milk soap base. So we have in here 700 grams of goat milk soap base, and we're going to be using additives like Kojic Dipalmitate and then white moonberry. So I'm using this opportunity, this is for a customer, so I'm using this opportunity to record this video because recently I had an issue, no, not an issue, a customer did send me a pictures of her products when she did purchase the goat milk soap base, and I think the kind of additives that she added to it turned the whole thing brown, and it was a whole issue. So I was trying to explain to her that kojic acid and kojic dipalmitate, they do work differently. Okay, though kojic dipalmitate comes from kojic acid, kojic dipalmitate is more stable than kojic acid, and kojic acid on its own cannot withstand certain temperatures. Okay, so if you're using this on a melt and pour soap base, you need to monitor the temperature so that you don't go above 104 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's kind of difficult to work with, and kojic acid to do oxidate very fast. Yes, and if you're going to be using kojic acid in your soap or in your product, it means that there's supposed to be an antioxidant in it, like vitamin E, or should be added to your products just to prevent oxidation. So between kojic acid and kojic dipalmitate, usually I do option for the dipalmitate than the kojic acid, and this is oil soluble, but kojic acid too is water soluble, but the water has to be a little bit kind of warm before you can use it. So that's another difference between the two. So if you want to dissolve this, it has to be in an oil or ethanol. Okay, alcohol actually, yes, that's so that you can dissolve this in its good way. And this can be used up to 5%. Kojic dipalmitate can be used up to 5%, whereas the kojic acid too can be used up to just 3%. So you need to take note of those things, because when you don't know all these percentages and then you go ahead to be using teaspoons or tablespoons in measuring, certainly you're going to get things wrong. Okay, so here is our recipe for today. We are making a total batch of 700 grams from a goat milk melt and pour soap base, and we will be adding 1% of kojic dipalmitate, which 1% of these 700 grams will give us 7 grams. And then also we would also be adding moonberry powder, white moonberry actually, 1%, and that would also give us 7 grams. That is 1% of these 700 grams will give us 7 grams. And we would also add glycerin to it, which we are adding 5%. Already this contains glycerin already, but we also want that kind of moisturizing and hydrating effect from glycerin. So we'd also add 5% of glycerin, which is 35 grams. And then we will be adding 2% of our fragrance to it, which we need just 14 grams to add to this one. So already we have cut our melt and pour soap base into cubes, and here is it. So we're going to melt this down, and then I will bring you back to the next process. I will be melting this in the microwave for at least 1 minute. If you want to also do this on a double boiler, you can do it. If you have a crock pot around too, you can also use it, but the microwave will be a little bit faster for me in this process. So I will be back. Alright guys, so we are back with our recipe. With our melt and pour, we have melted this down in the microwave. So let's stir this up so that if there's any chunks in it, it will dissolve completely. The reason why I loved kojic dipalmitate is because it can withstand a little bit of a higher temperature comparing to the kojic acid. Okay, yeah, so if you add kojic acid to your soap without adding any antioxidant to it, certainly the color of your soap is going to change over time, and due to the higher temperature as well, it can also affect its effectiveness. So it is one additive that I don't usually love to work with. I would rather go with Kojic Dipalmitate than kojic acid. Okay, so we don't have any chunks in here again. Kojic Dipalmitate is oil soluble, and therefore you cannot add it direct onto your product until you dissolve it with your oils first, before, if you're going to be adding oils to it, before you add it. So this, we are going to be using the glycerin to dissolve it first before we add it to our product. Right, so let's add a little bit of our goat milk soap base to it to increase the temperature a little. Right, so that we can easily dissolve this. Okay, so let's also add our moonberry powder to it so that it will also hydrate in here before we add it to our soap. So now we can add it to our soap now. We need to stir this for a while so that everything will hydrate and then incorporate very well. Alright, so here is our fragrance. So this is just easy. This is very easy. Just limit your ingredients to just few of it so that you can easily do this and then go your way. And usually our melt and pour soap base do not contain any fragrance, so you would have the opportunity to add your own fragrance, any type that you wish to add. So since this is for a customer who has requested for it, I need to add fragrance to it because she said she's going to use it straight away. Right, so we have stirred this for quite a good time, and we can pour this now into our mold. So this is just 70% rubbing alcohol, just to remove bubbles off from it. So let's spray with some Alright, so we will keep this in the fridge for at least 20 minutes, and it will all solidifies. It will all solidifies, and I will bring you back to the next process. Alright guys, so here is the final product. I just removed it from the fridge. Alright. So there you are. So our extra whitening goat milk soap base is ready. Alright. So I will have to label it and then send it to the customer. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more updates, and God bless you.